7 days since we pulled the cattle out of here, and look at it. It's all just boing, sprung right back up. This patch, you can see that's up to my knees. Peace and joy, guys. Welcome back to another video. Hey, today I've got the grapple bucket on the Kubota, and I've got some work to do out in the woods on a project that's going to be coming around for next summer. I want to take you guys along and show you what I got going on. And then I haven't done a chicken update in a while, so I'm going to take you along for chicken chores. It's Sunday, it's raining, we've been needing the rain, so I'm thankful for that. I'm gonna go in the woods and do a little bit of work. Thanks for coming along with me today. All right, guys, we're out here at a spot where I wanted to show you what's going on. Next year, we want to get into the pastured pig business. And we're gonna run them in a forest out here that's got some open land where a lot of grass and all sorts of different stuff grows. It's a perfect environment for pigs. There's a ton of white oaks, a lot of open areas that are going to provide great forage for pigs. So I just got to get it cleaned up. This is going to be my project for this winter. I'm going to try to fence in an area that's at least an acre. I'm actually shooting for 2 acres worth of pig fencing, and I'm going to be rotating them every week or every 5 to 7 days. I'll kind of give you a quick stroll through here. These trees I want to remove because they're just some sassafras, nothing really important here. We actually run cattle in here quite a bit in the spring when things are first growing up. There's a lot of grass, so here's the biggest area that is perfect for the pigs. There's about 70 or 80 apple trees out here as well. I don't know that I'll be running the pigs over in that area 100%. But this is the main area right through here. You can see this is going to be perfect for running pig through here. So I'm really excited. I just got to do some cleaning up. It's basically kind of going to be here to where I was just at. You can see my tractor over there. I want to start with this area because it's very secured, and what I'm going to do is make a haul road. There's a huge drop off back there. I'll show you. That is just a swamp, so I'm going to kind of throw a lot of this stuff out there in the swamp. Anything that's a good hardwood I'm going to leave. I'm just going to notch all them scrub sassafrasses, get them into a chunk that my grapple bucket will hold on to, and get them out of here. So I'm excited for it. Hoping I can find a good resource for some piglets. I'd like to run 10 or 20 of them at a time and just see how it goes. Man, I gotta say I love this piece of equipment. I mean, in a matter of an hour and a half, I cut, you know, 12 of these trees down, and they're pretty good size. Made a pile. I just got to clear the rest of it out so I can get through, and cleaned it all up in a matter of about an hour and a half. Now that's a nice piece of machinery. I'm very glad I bought it. I was even able to pull up most of the stumps with it. And I will pull them all up with the backhoe portion of the unit, but that's really sweet. Basically, I need to clear the rest of these trees out, and that'll open up my haul road back to that swamp where I'm going to throw all this habitat. All right, well, it's getting late. It's 6 o'clock. I got to get doing chores. I'm actually about a half hour late for them, so come check out these chicks. How's that? All right, chicken update. Freedom Rangers. How old are these guys?
They would be 9 weeks, just a little over 9 weeks.
About 9 weeks old currently. Starting to get some size on them. I know this guy's, you know, one of them little ones. Something's going on with him, but scratching right at the manure pile. Like to see that. That's cool. But they're starting to get some size to them. We're moving them twice a day right now. My take on the Freedom Rangers so far, I didn't really care for them at first. They were really sketchy, and I didn't really care for that. But actually now they're doing great. They actually move a lot better than the other Cornish crosses. They know when it's time to move, they go. Where before I was having a little bit of a problem with that, so I didn't care for that with them. But they're moving really well. The only thing I would say about them is, you know, if these were Cornish cross, we would be pretty much done with them, and we'd be harvesting them. And you know, I'd like to see the quality of the meat yet before I give my final opinion. But at this point, hey dude, what are you doing up there? It's a good sized bird there. Nice sized bird. At this point, you know, it kind of seems like they're not eating really anything less than what the Cornish crosses were. So to take them out another 4 weeks or whatever, I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. Maybe I'm complaining about the length of them a little bit just because, man, we've already done so many of them this year. I'm kind of ready to be done with it, to be honest with you. The time change has made it very difficult to come out in the morning and move them. Or not the time change, but the change in the season, which means it's getting darker a lot lighter or later in the day. So when I come out here to move them in the morning before work, it's actually still dark. Makes it very difficult to do so. I did kill a really nice one the other day, a nice big one on accident, and I didn't run him over, but as I was pulling the front, he slipped under, and I must have put it back down on him and I didn't know it. So I did not feel good about that. That was pretty disappointing, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that it was dark and I just couldn't see. So it's becoming a little bit of frustrating to move them in the morning. But here's the kind of forage that we're on with them. Lots of clover in here, so they're definitely getting what they need, and they're growing really well. We're gonna move these heifers just a little bit. Gonna give them a little bit more for tonight. We just moved them here yesterday. We're just gonna straighten this out a little bit because tomorrow we're gonna be bringing the main herd across here, and we don't want them right by each other because there's a chance that one might try to cross the fence or something silly like that. Our heifers, I'm ready to get them back with the herd. I'm sick of moving 2 herds every day. This one here is getting pretty close to where I think she could get finished maybe even this year. We'll see. Take her out till next year, it'll be even better probably. Man, look at this grass, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I know I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. It's up to my waist. And it is the 2nd week of September right now. We have just had our best year for management here. We've had a great year for rain, not gonna lie, and I'm very thankful. But we've also done a great job managing this, and I want to show you what it looks like when we left, what we left behind a week ago. The regrowth already, it is just insane. And I can feel the difference. I can feel what we're doing, how we're changing the soil. Because when you walk in here, it feels like you're walking on a mattress. There's so much thatch below your feet. So it just feels so good knowing what we're doing to this land. I mean, look at how thick that is down there. You just can't even find the bottom of it. Boy, that little bull's looking good, isn't he?
I was looking at him this morning and he's got that sweet hide.
Yeah, look at the line. Look at the line she's got going. Vertical lines, or horizontal lines going down the side of her. They say that's a sign of good health. They all have them. Folks, we're running real close to 100 head of animals on 100 acres here. It's no small herd that we're running on all this land. It's a pretty good size. There's about 87 into this herd right here, and the other heifers is 11. And we have a 160 acre farm here, and there's about 120 of it is grazable. When I say 100 head on 100 acres, it's give or take a few, but we have been able to take some property and leave it set aside this year and not use it, to experiment with multi-species annual plantings, and also to raise the 1,000 chickens that we're doing this summer, which we've never been able to do in the past. And again, look at the amount of material we're leaving behind. I mean, when you come back out to this grass and rub your foot the other way, I mean, shoot, there's grass 2 foot tall still there. And I'm going to take you in that backfield where we started, and I want you to see what happens to that grass. My goodness, is this a beautiful thing to be having in September, 2nd week of September. Very, very thankful. I know there's people out there that are really struggling this year in droughts, and please don't think I'm rubbing it in. I'm not. I'm just very, very thankful. All right, guys, this is what I'm just so excited to show you. Look at this. This has been 7 days since we pulled the cattle out of here. And you remember what I showed you up there where the cattle were, how they matted that grass down. And look at it. This is 7 days later, and we just got a rain today. So this isn't the result of today's rain. We were very dry. We had not had a rain for about 3.5 weeks prior to this rain today, or probably 3 weeks actually, realistically. But look at this. I mean, this grass is going to be recovered in no time, and we're going to have some serious forage here coming back to it in probably late October to early November is when we're going to be back to this field. So wow, it's all just pling, sprung right back up in a matter of 7 days. I mean, this patch, you can see that's up to my knees. And it's just, you know, it probably was laying over from the cows, and it's just sprung right back up. There's a ton of grass that you can see is being consumed by the ground. And leave that back down there. It's amazing. Continuing to see improvements to our land. This field was just, honestly, this has been our worst field. With the exception of the one next to it, this field has been really tough to get to something. And it's been about 8 years since we took it over from the conventionally farms. And boy, it's looking good. Find a pudding stone?
Yeah, right in the poop.
Look at that fat cow. She's tearing that barnyard grass up right there. Our pastures are finally starting to get some diversity in them. All right, we got to put up fences at the other farm because we have gone through this whole farm, and we're going to run them back across the woods, and we'll have to move heifers tomorrow, and a lot of stuff to do. So we're just gonna go do that tonight, put up fences, preparing for tomorrow, and we're gonna call it a night. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. God bless.
Peace and joy.
Well, I've said it all video. At this point, it's probably becoming a little redundant, but wow, the grass. We thought we had grass in the other field we were just in. This farm's even better, let me tell you.